guys, welcome back to probably the last-ish episode of the Prep Series podcast, the 1% version. Oops, there we go. And I'll let you go for yours.
Hey ladies, welcome back to the Let's Talk Bikini podcast. We are 1 week out from the show now, which is absolutely insane. Well, 1.5 weeks, technically about 10 days, I think it is.
I think I'm 8.
8 days, yeah. So you're on the Saturday and then I'm on the Sunday for the pro show. So it's gone so fast. It's been an absolutely amazing prep and I guess we're going to give you a bit of a rundown of how the whole entire prep has gone and how the last 5 weeks has gone, because it's been 5 weeks since we last recorded on the podcast.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we did 6 weeks, didn't we? 6 weeks out? We just worked that out, didn't we?
Yeah, 6 weeks out.
Move this around a little bit. There we go. How have you found it, my love? How have you obviously people are obviously in the when we got to 6 weeks out, but how have you found the last 6 weeks? How's everything been going?
Good. A little bit of self-pressure in the last few weeks. To be quite honest, I was quite just going through the motions in a good way, enjoying loving prep, enjoying the lifestyle, enjoying, nothing really changes in prep for us. It's just we just get leaner. Obviously, we have to be a bit more focused, etc. But regardless of off-season or in prep, our life's exactly the same, essentially. And I guess, also had my girls competing, of course, so that kept me, just in routine. And then I think once their shows were done, which was about 4 weeks out, then it was kind of oh shit, okay, I'm in prep. Okay, now, when my focus shifted to me, that's when it was a bit whew, okay. And yeah, that bit of self-pressure kicked in, I suppose. Not really. It's just, it's very normal to feel like that at the end of prep, I suppose. But 19 weeks down, 1 more week to go.
Fuck yeah, when you say it like that, that's it. Yeah, 19 weeks. Where's that time gone, man? That's nuts. Yeah. But like you say, I think for you, it's definitely, for both of us, I think it's just the standards you hold yourself to, isn't it? When you I know for you, when you had the girls competing and stuff like that, it was kind of I guess it's kind of like a distraction kind of thing. There's always you're always focused on them, and then you're oh, okay, now it's just me sort of thing. Your kind of job's mostly done from that kind of prep aspect, and now you just get to focus on fully you. And like we said at the beginning of this year, everything aligns just how it should. And it definitely has for you this prep for sure.
Amen. And when I had to pull out of my prep at 5 weeks out, last prep, everything happens for the reason, the right timing. And I even knew it then. And even though I went into this prep feeling quite traumatized and, just from naturally just feeling worried about prep being pulled out from underneath you again, I'm grateful, and I can see now that my physique is just totally different from last year, and just 1 year even. And we didn't even have a growth season or anything in between. So I'm very, very happy with this prep. Last prep I was happy with, but this prep I'm 10 times more happy with again. And it's been an amazing prep. I literally don't feel like I'm in prep, except for this last week, just 1 week, which just self-inflicted in terms of just putting a bit more pressure on myself and stress, probably training. I pushed myself a bit too hard. That's probably the thing that I did the last, since my girls were done with their shows, I probably just pushed it a little bit too hard in training, and then, inflamed my body, and body was broken and wasn't responding because I was inflamed and etc. But as I said, all great athletes are like that. But I know myself that I don't need to be pushed. I just need to be pulled back at the right moment. And I need to be aware and listen to when I do need to pull back. And that's when my body will respond the best.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And I think that's one thing that it's hard as a partner to do. But I know when I know when you need to pull back type of thing. I know it's if it's working or whatever it is and things like that, it's kind of just, it's the pacing yourself almost. Being we don't need to look good tomorrow. We don't need to look fucking stage ready the next day. It's just being cool, in a week's time, 2 weeks time, and 3 weeks time. That's when you just need to peak for those times is the biggest thing. But yeah, it's just honestly, guys, if you see her check-in pictures this morning, which she obviously took this morning, they're very impressive. They are very impressive. And I don't have to say that. I can be hey, you need to sort your shit out. But you honestly, it was from that week difference, I was like, wow, holy shit. Yeah, it was a big difference. So
Even likewise with yourself, like I know how you were in your last prep, and you're a completely different human now, not only physically but mentally, and your body shows that, right? Like sleep's a massive one, definitely a massive one, which has made this prep so great as well. And I know you're the same because you had pretty bad insomnia, but this prep, your body's fresher, it's responding, and
there's honestly nothing. Sometimes it's weird, like we'll sit here and record this podcast, but it's kind of like sometimes nothing to say because it's been just touch wood, it's been very smooth. It's just been like this is just, I know it's your life, right? Like you've been doing this, competing for many more years, more than me, but I'm falling in love with this more and more. Like, and it is just my life. Like, I'm excited just to grow again, like literally just to have the same routine and just grow. Do you know what I mean? Like, I adore this, and yeah, it means a lot to me, this bodybuilding shit. It's given me so much, and yeah, I'm very content with it and very happy with it. And yeah, I'm fucking hungry. Like feel quite aggressive hungry for it, especially for like now. It's like, I think I'm starting to see my potential, which is nice. So I'm like, oh, okay, like shit, I can do this, and maybe I can go to that next level and things like that. And there's always that bit of, can't I sort of thing, like a bit of self-doubt in your head. But yeah, I definitely think for 2026, I can bring something pro-worthy for sure. That's my vision. Yeah.
Like, I agree. Like your lines, your shape, it's just time and growth for you.
Yeah.
Which is all, like, that's literally all it is. It's just like, it's one of those things, like if you really want it and you're going to keep, ticking the boxes and keep growing and keep showing off, it's going to happen. It's just when, right? Yeah. And that's how I felt. That's how I felt when I started competing as well. Like, obviously I've been competing a longer time than you. But when I started competing, I was one of the smallest girls. I was a junior. I didn't have much glutes. I never really had any tie-ins. Like, I've never had tie-ins except for the last few years. So every time I see my tie-ins come out, I get really excited. I've always been a smaller bikini girl, and I still am a smaller bikini girl. And I'm 10 years into, this is my 10th year of competing now.
Yeah, wow.
So yeah. But the main thing is, like, especially if you're starting out, like, don't think about the years ahead and how long it's going to take. Just enjoy the fucking ride and just, like, enjoy it. Enjoy the lifestyle. And I think that we said that, you and I, like in previous preps, like, of course I enjoyed it and everything, but there's always kind of some outside noise, and then you get to a point and you're like, oh, is this, am I good enough? Whatever, too much self-pressure. Should I keep going? And am I an idiot if I keep wasting my life and prepping and competing? Yeah. And like, I know ourselves, we're like, nah, it's like, there's literally nothing else I would want to be doing right now. Like our prep's exactly the same as our off season, except we, a bit less food, add in some cardio, and when we go into growth season, it's going to be the same. Just a lot more food, no cardio.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, a couple more dinners out, and that's about it.
Exactly.
We've got a few date nights to catch up on for sure. I think, like you say, it's for a period. I think it's an age thing. I think you get to the point being like, I actually really love this, and I don't think I'm missing out on life. I think loads of people, when they start out, they always hunt for, especially now because fitness and bikini and anything like competing in fitness is very fashionable. So people are always looking to achieve that end target, and they're so focused on that, and it actually just blurs everything out in between. They're not present. They're not enjoying the process. So I think when you can just enjoy every second of it and actually think you're never going to get there, because you're always taking yourself to that next level. When you achieve one milestone, you move the goalposts. So it's like, you could do that from your career, my career, like anything. Like, you're like, oh, I never thought I'd be here, but now I didn't even celebrate those wins, and now I'm moving on to the next thing. So I think it's very important just to sit there and, like, if it makes you happy, then do it. I think that's the biggest thing. I think it's just, that's what I've learned. I was like getting distracted in previous years. I guess it's age, I don't know. And maybe like we had this conversation, so I feel very secure in our relationship. So I'm like, this is what I want to do. These are the people that are going to be with me the whole way. So I'm like, cool, let's fucking go, guys. And let's go on this ride together. Like, will we get there? Maybe. Will we? Like, who knows? But I'm going to enjoy every second of it along the way and not worry about 8 days away. I can't control 8 days away, but I can control today.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think there's two flip sides of it. Like, obviously, like with social media these days, everyone sees everyone it's a highlight reel, right?
Yeah.
Everyone sees you on stage and they're like, oh my God, I look amazing, I want to do that. And then the flip side as well, like when I guess it's just human nature to see what everyone else is doing. But if you're not sure on yourself, then if you see what everyone else is doing, for example, if they're I don't know, going to parties, I don't know, eating out, traveling,
doing all that
like
stuff, yeah.
of course you're going to.
Yeah, because bodybuilding's a bit more of like, Jay Cutler puts it perfect, just be in a box. You're just in this box and you just do the same things every day, consistently, repetition, get better day by day. So it's very easy to think like, I'm doing these repetitions, but where's it taking me? People are living their lives and doing things. But like, again, like a prep, it's just 20 weeks. For us, it's 24 weeks sort of thing of just, cool, just sacrifice yourself to 24 weeks and look what you can achieve in that 24 weeks. So then when we do 24 weeks at 110%, and then our off season's like 80, 90%, but we do that consistently because it's just our life. Then you don't feel like you're missing out. Like next year, we've already planned out like, okay, cool, we're gonna push here, pull here, we're gonna go on a trip here and stuff like that. So it's all mapped out, and we'll have an incredible growing season as well.
Yeah, you need to have planned balance. You need to have planned balance in terms of like prep, grow season, holidays, life, family, friends. Like the more you can kind of map out your life and not just make your life bodybuilding, it's going to be so much more rewarding. And like you're not going to be in two mindsets when you're in prep, right? Like when you're in prep, you should be, yep, cool, prep. Traveling, everything else will come.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. What have you found this prep that's like, every prep's different, but what have you kind of learned this prep, maybe about yourself or training, or even like from a coaching aspect? What's kind of a couple of things that you've really stood out to you this prep?
I feel like there's quite a lot of areas that have made this prep as it is, to be quite honest. I feel like when I met you, obviously our relationship was very fresh.
Yeah. Well, you were in prep, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in prep, and like we literally started dating in prep when I was in my prep and just moved to Dubai. So that prep itself, like I feel like it's a little bit hard to navigate any relationship being like literally just in prep, but also I just moved to Dubai, which was silly to literally start a prep the day I arrived in a new country. And out of all places, Dubai is not an easy place to move to at all. It's completely different. But also off the back of that, it was after COVID. I wasn't in a good mental space. Even before COVID, I was already in a bad mental space going into COVID. So that was the few years of my life where I had that kind of, like, obviously I just won my pro card, etc. But you get a lot of outside noise and you're like, should I be doing this? Like, and then getting distracted by, and then picking up my life and moving abroad. And then, anyway. So like the main thing is just like, I've never felt so clear in terms of like everything, right? Like what I want to do, my relationship, my environment, who I even like just communicate with, right?
Yeah.
Like, and like everything shapes you, right? You're definitely a massive part of that. Like when I was an amateur up until I won my pro card, I was in a long-term relationship as well. Very extremely toxic. Not going to go into detail, but I'm in such a healthy, beautiful, happy relationship now, and you're so supportive, and that's obviously like it's going to impact me a lot because I'm around you every single day, and I'm just so happy. I'm so secure. I'm so settled. I know that every single minute, every single day that this is what I want to be doing. Like I'm not missing out at all. Like this is my life. I love it, and I'm just on the journey of just growing and as an athlete, but also being a great coach as well, and and seeing my girls, win their shows this season.
Yeah, you've had a good season.
Yeah. Everything just gets better. I just absolutely love it.
It's very heart it's very heartwarming, isn't it? Just to have that clarity, or security and clarity. You'll make me cry. Don't. But yeah, it is very nice just to feel very safe and feel very confident in who you are, especially when you go for like having those 2 years or period of time where you feel just like, the fuck am I doing? Like you feel lost and you feel noise from everywhere and you question yourself like, well, I felt like that for a long time. And then the same thing, you meet you and things like this and everything aligns. But yeah, just having that security and clarity, being like, this is actually what I want from my life. And then like every day when you wake up, you're like, whether that's 4 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., you go to bed, like you just know every day, every minute is working towards this thing that you want. You don't know if it's going to be next week, next year, but it's just, you just love it every second. I think waking up every day, just, I'm not going to say happy because we're not happy every day, but probably happy. Yeah, probably happy. I think I am.
I'm happy every day right now.
Yeah, even if I'm 80% happy, I'm still not fucking 80% happy. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, just waking up very happy and very clear is, I'd probably take that. Yeah, I'm probably the same. Sounds really weird. I'm probably the same in this prep. Like I just know what I'm here to do.
Yeah. And like, life's not always perfect. Shit happens. And trust me, we had a fair shit that happened last year.
We've dealt with that, yeah.
Yeah, but you can do hard things. Like when times are tough in life, you push through, you persevere, you be resilient because you know what's on the other end of that. Like I saw a quote the other week, I can't remember exactly what it is, but the sooner you can do harder things, the easier the rest of your life will be.
Yeah.
The more you delay the hard things, you're opting for a harder life, essentially.
Yeah.
And yeah, like this where we are now, like gosh, I don't want to be bragging or anything, but like Jesus Christ, like I have my own very successful business. Like all my girls are winning. I'm doing exactly what I love. I live in Dubai. I train in the best gym every single day. I can get on a flight whenever I want to. I literally control every single minute of my day. Like this is my dream life. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I obviously worked very, very hard for it. And we do work very, very hard for it. Like if you, on the outside of things, like you and I, we work nonstop. To us, it's not really work, I suppose. But
it's from 7 a.m. till we sit and eat dinner in the evening, pretty much, isn't it? So
yeah, until we sit down and watch a Netflix episode and go to bed. But but because we and when shit happens, you do the hard things, and because you push through the small term, delayed gratification, and I guess like our life and where we are now is a summary of everything leading up to this point.
Yeah, 100%. Like you say, like when you go through hard times, they just shape you as a character. They make you so strong. And like you say, like, let's do the hard shit now. So like the rest of our life can be a bit easier. 100%. I think that's why sometimes we love bodybuilding, because it's like you suffer. Like no one wants to do those extra reps, and no one wants to do those fucking low food days and have that low energy. But if you do it, you're like, it's going to fucking pay off.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that's it. We've had these conversations many times for it. It's like being like, no one truly understands what goes on behind the scenes besides us. Because I see you every day working, you see me every day. No one really knows what goes on behind the scenes. So like when I sit here and like, again, that's one of the reasons, right, why I'm fucking obsessed with you, is because like just the hours and the work ethic you put in, not so much just in your business over the last 3 years since being together, but your whole bodybuilding journey of 10 years. Like every hour is the reason why you are where you are. So when people just go, oh, it's good for her, I'm like, okay, put 10 years in and work and you'll be there. But until that point, don't say it. Yeah,
exactly. And like, don't forget, even though we have an amazing life, there is also sacrifices along the way as well.
Oh, we've made big sacrifices. We look at our families, other end of the world. Like your family's 14 hours that way. My family's 7 hours, 8 hours that way.
Yeah.
Like
we don't have a family yet. Like we do want to have kids, and like that will happen. Like we don't need them now, but like other people already have kids, right? And they buy houses and stuff. Where it's just like, cool, that will come. But like if like everyone's good at looking at what's everyone else has, right? Where it's just like, yeah, but the reason why they are where they are is because delayed gratification, they've worked to that, right? In a nutshell, what I'm trying to say, it's just like most people that I know are having kids and stuff already. I'm not. But I'm very happy, and I don't need that right now, right? And if people look at me and see the life and the business and everything that I have, it's because I've put in the last like years to get to this, rather than having kids and stuff as well. So like kind of be grateful, I guess, for what you do have.
Always be grateful. Like we said, we know. Obviously, we talked about our future together and things like that many times, and on a day to day. Like the other day, hey, what should we call our daughter, sort of thing. But that's it. We have our goals. So it's like, it's irrelevant what people do around us. It's like, that's their life. They can do what they want. Like, this is our life and our careers and our physiques we're building now. So that in 3-5 years time, when kids come into the corner, you're like, great, we spent those times sacrificing in order to set ourselves up and our family up for the future to come. That's the thing. And also, we're selfish. We want to do shit on our own first for a bit. We want to go, like, we've been together, 3 years now? And you're like, we haven't gone on holiday. We haven't done anything really besides
travel for bodybuilding.
Bodybuilding and work. So like, definitely, that's why, like, let's go live our life. Let's go to a festival. Let's go see some great places in the world and stuff like that. Let's be selfish.
Let's take a holiday for a week.
Yeah, just a week.
Somewhere not bodybuilding related.
Yeah.
But you know, like, yep, I can't fault everything right now. Like, and I'm just very grateful and present. Like, and like, I've never had a prep where I actually have a brain the whole entire time. Like, I actually, like, I don't feel like I'm in prep. It's bizarre. Like, it's great. It's amazing. Obviously, it's you know, like, it's a grind, but like, yeah, it's honestly been it's been an amazing prep, and I'm so excited for when we finally do a growth season, because I haven't done a growth season for years. So I just know next one's going to be a game changer.
Yeah, 100%. How are you? What are you most looking forward to? Obviously, we've done most of this prep now, so like, we are at the end hurdles. We've got 4 weeks technically until it's potentially 4 weeks until it's done and dusted. What are you like? I guess what are you most looking forward to throughout, obviously, the shows and things like that? And
now that we're at the end, I'm excited to literally take that first step on stage. Like, it makes me want to cry, but like, there's that energy in that. Just the energy and the vibe, and just how happy it makes me.
Yeah.
I'm not a sook, but I'm crying. I don't know. Just when I feel like whenever I walk on that stage, like, it's me.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't.
Like, this it's me. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I just love it so much. I love every single angle of it, in terms of I love the prep journey. I love even the off-season journey. I love, like, the relationships it gives me with my clients, like, and my why is like, this sport has shaped me so much, like, in terms of the person, like, my upbringing and everything, and to who I am today, like, completely different people, and like, the challenges and everything that came along the way is who I am today, and like, bodybuilding made that. So I guess that's my reason why I love coaching, not only from like the bodybuilding side of it and the actual, you know, the training and the attention to detail and the programming and all that, but like the pure relationships and the pure growth that I get to be a part of with my clients, my girls, and like, my heart explodes when I see them on stage, and they're them. They've grown so much, and they're so happy, and like, anyway, that's my reason why I'm a coach, pretty much. Like, it's I love everything of it, but selfish reasons, I just no,
but I know that because I've seen you in action, right? Like, I've seen you do 3 seasons now with your girls, and from the first show, like, you have this spark when you're at the venue and you're getting the girls ready and stuff like that. There's like a different sparkle in your eye. it's just where you belong. It's like, I don't know the future, but like we've had the conversation, I can see you doing this bodybuilding and kind of being involved with venues and organization. I think that's going to be in your life, I think, forever. Like, because I just see, also because I'm like, I see behind the scenes as well. I see how you interact with your girls. I know quite a lot of the girls you worked with, and they're amazing girls. They get on stage. So when you see that relationship being built, you can see that sparkle, and I can see it, and it's gorgeous to see. And then I also, from an athlete, let's just detach from you being a coach, but also as an athlete, like just building those relationships with, like, especially going to Europe, you're going to connect with other girls in Europe and things like that. And we're going to build relationships and friendships and things like that. It's just, it's just exciting. And it's weird, isn't it? When you're like with someone doing it and you love them, I'm like, I'm more excited fucking for your shows than I am for mine. Just because I just want to see you shine. That's literally it. So no, it's it. No, it's nice. It's good. I'm fucking excited.
Yeah. And I know myself as well, like I'm an extreme empath. So like I take people's energy.
Yes, she is.
I know I overgive. Like I've just accepted this. That's just who I am now. I'm going to forever overgive to everyone I work with, even though they give me nothing back, even if they're the best friend and they gave me nothing back either. Anyway, I'm not going to go into that. But you know, like I think it's like the emotional side of it that gets to me, because like I fucking love and love and love and love. And when you give out that love and you give out that and you build those relationships, it comes back really 10 times stronger.
Yeah.
And I think like that's how I feel when I see my girls get on stage, especially when I've worked with them for so long and it's been a couple of years, and they get up there and they get their gold medals and they're just so happy and just grown as a person. That's the best feeling ever. And I feel like that's the meaning of life, I guess, like relationships and
it's weird, isn't it? I think everything stems to that. It's always about relationships in some form, isn't it? Because it's like we can all go and earn money and be an athlete and be this thing, but like what's the point when you're alone doing it, or you don't build connections with someone, a relationship with someone? Like be like, cool, go to these shows on your own and then just leave on your own. It wouldn't be the same. Instead of being around and building a community and connecting with people, it's just not the same. We are designed to be around people.
Pure connection.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's an age thing definitely too. Like I wouldn't have been saying this 5 years ago, but like, you know, it's all about relationships at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's it. Well, because we're all going to pass away with nothing at the end of the day. We're all going to leave it behind. So we might as well have incredible memories with people, and actually that we're remembered in someone's heart, in someone's life, that we impacted someone's life. Mm-hmm. It makes a big difference. Like when you get a text from a client and you're like, you've changed my life, or thank you so much for being there. You're like, that's all I needed. My job's done.
Yeah, absolutely. Like even if they're lifestyle clients, exactly right.
Oh, 100%. Like, when they're just a nice positive thing, being like, I made a really good choice today and I feel great. You're like, fuck yeah. It can be something so small goes such a long way.
Mm-hmm. And I think as long as you stay true to yourself, whatever happens, it's all about knowing yourself and knowing that what you did was the best thing and the right thing to do, right? Regardless of what happens. But let's we're getting a little bit deep.
Get away from the emotional side of things. We've done it.
Let's actually talk about prep, because I guess that's what we're here for the last week. So
yes.
Let's look back in hindsight on this prep and like kind of go through the exact details of, I guess, how the prep went.
Yeah.
Basically, my calories didn't really change much. I think my calories started on like 2,250, and now they're like, 2,250 on a high day and then 2,050 on a low day. Yeah. And then now it's 1,850 on a high day and 1,650 on a low day. Yeah. Like I had literally months where like my calories
they didn't change for like 10
Did
weeks.
not change, yeah. And then we pulled them down for like a week, and then my body just went boom, flat, and then we put them back up. But yeah, so we've been reversing. I've been reversing. So last week, so 2.5 weeks out, we pulled back my cardio and put my food up a bit. Yeah. And pulled my steps down. Yeah. So Cardio went to a max of 50 minutes. Same thing, didn't change the whole time. My cardio, my food didn't change. Steps, 12,000.
Yeah, because we reflected on your last one as well, because you were doing HIIT last time as well.
Yeah.
Plus 50.
Yeah.
And you didn't do any HIIT this time either.
No, I think I did HIIT plus. It went to like maybe 60 or 65.
I did it, yeah. Oh, I did, because you went in the morning and then you did some post-workout as well.
Yeah. And looking back in hindsight, like, HIIT's a good tool for fast weight loss, but I think for someone that, for example, if I have a client that goes like they flatten off quite fast, right?
Yeah.
Or their body's quite sensitive to cortisol, then HIIT's not really a good option, because of course it's like spiking your cortisol.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big difference from my last prep to this prep as well. Like looking back on my photos from last prep, yes, I got lean at a very good rate, but I could see my body was holding to a bit of stress constantly. Like my waist was a bit like thick in like a kind of like stressed way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's like obviously like I'm just in a much better position now, but like this prep's been way better. And I guess what I've really focused on this prep is like yes, we've got to tick the boxes, but like not overwhelming myself and like literally focusing on ticking the boxes with good intent. So like when I'm training, like quality training, when I'm sleeping, like quality sleeping, just like literally the basics. Like you don't need to do anything crazy, just do the basics well. Get your sleep in. Sleep, honestly, like I say all the time, and obviously if anyone knows me and knows my previous line of work, I was a sleep scientist for quite a few years. I'm a nerd when it comes to sleep. But even to this day, like, in prep's the biggest game changer to make sure, like, to get the best out of prep and how your body responds is sleep, man. Like, that you don't need fancy supplements. Just literally sleep, chill, rest.
Yeah. I think, like you say, as loads of people say, everyone's like, oh, I ticked off the boxes. I'm like, yeah, that's great. But did you tick them off with intent and accuracy? That's the biggest thing. You can tick off a box, that you can go for a walk and drag your feet, or you can go to the gym and go through the movements, or you can tick them off with intent and with accuracy. And it's like, you get it. Loads of people are like, can I do more? I'm like, no, do less, but do it better.
Exactly.
That's all it comes down to. Like a lot of time, everyone's like, what do you do from an amateur to a pro to a thing? I'm like, you literally get better at the basics, and you just do the basics better with intent for longer, for a period of time. That's all it is. It's being like, is it meal timings? Is it optimizing this and things like that? Like, yeah, it's just, you just fine tune everything. It's not about doing anything fancy. You just get better at accuracy. And you get a little better at working fucking harder. Like when you train, you're like, oh, okay, I trained like a bitch a year ago. Now I train harder. That's literally, like we were talking in the car on the way back when we were talking about like you and the leg press, when you were explaining it to a client, being like, cool, do a leg press. But I'm like, is it your hips using momentum? Is it like getting like too fast on the way down and just bouncing up? Be like, no, cool, focus on your tie-ins. So kind of in that feet high, narrow stance position, whatever it is, feel that stretch at the bottom, and then imagine your tie-ins contracting and pushing the way up. There's a big difference. Yep.
Not just contracting when you go up, but like squeezing the muscle as you're stretching it as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's just those things. And it's a mental thing as well. It's being like, focus on that area, connect with it. That's why we call it mind muscle connection, right? So no, that's it. Like, but yeah, that's, yeah. Yeah,
absolutely. And like it's, like even like a lot of kind of amateur level, I guess, like people new to the gym as well, like people get overwhelmed and they're like supplements are a good example, right?
Oh yeah.
Every time I get on a call with a lifestyle client and they're quite new to the gym, etc., they're like, oh, do I really need to take all these supplements? Like which one do I need to take? And I was like, I don't give a shit. Yeah. And I'm like, well, protein powder, that's technically a food, so it's not really a supplement. Creatine's the most researched supplement out there. So if you're gonna have one, have creatine because it's good for muscle building. Probably a BCAAs would be good to have while you're training, and that's pretty much it. Like screw everything else. It's a waste of money. Just do the basics. Like if you're not sleeping.
You're gonna say it. Yeah.
If you're not sleeping, if you're not like actually using the muscle we're trying to focus on when you're training, then
the supplements are irrelevant.
It doesn't all matter.
No.
Like don't be looking for quick fixes or looking for the secret ingredient. It's the same thing with people with like, I guess, general society these days, right? Like everyone wants a quick fix. Everyone jumps on like 500 calorie shake diet a day.
I want to earn 6 figures in a week type of thing.
Yeah. Where it's just like, just get good and get better at doing the basics. Just
That's all it is.
over and over and over. Get better. Learn. Open your mind. Listen to podcasts. Like reassess and realize what you're not doing as great. Like we've done that. I've done that so many times as prep, right? As I get leaner, and I go, oh, okay, maybe that exercise I wasn't actually using my tie-in to the best that I could. And maybe I can like change this angle or slow down the stretch or actually, shorten my range of movement just a little bit more. So I'm actually getting tie-in, not just like losing the tension at the end. Like shit like that, right? Just getting better at what you're doing already. And like I've been on the same training program for 2 years, guys. Literally the same training program for 2 years, guys. It's not about like, I'm bored, I want a new training program every 2 months. Like that's going to put you back more than actually just getting better at the training program that you're doing already.
And also like what new exercise do you want me to come up with? Do you know what I mean? It's like, if you want to grow great glutes, cool, we can both sit here and name 4 exercises that should probably be in your training program always. So you're like, why would you ever take it out? Do you know what I mean? So you're going to have some form of glute squat variation, whether that's a leg press or a Smith machine squat variation. You might have a hip thrust variation. Boom. You might have a kickback variation, a glute kickback. Like you can't reinvent the human body. So I'm like, don't try. Just get good at, like you say, get good at the basics. And by the time you people are like, oh, I need a new training program in 6 to 12 weeks time. I'm like, you've literally like, your CNS has technically just got used to these mechanics. Now you need to progress with them. So now you need to get better at these movements. Now you need to get stronger at these movements. Now you need to move weight better from A to B with these movements. Dun, 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 and do that for a year. So I've been in the same training program for like, 18 months, something like that. Because it's not,
And like yes, when you're due to change things, like when like we've maximized an area we're trying to grow, absolutely, then we'll tweak things and change things.
Yeah.
But for example, if like you have 0 glute med and we have exercises in your program to focus on glute med, if it gets to 8 weeks in the same program, your glute med's changed by maybe half a centimeter. Like,
there's a lot more
what
to
do you want
go,
me to do? Do you want me to give you another exercise that's not the same one, which technically not hitting the glute med, and then you're just going to go backwards in terms of like the growth that we want to see?
Might not connect to it very well, and you might waste 4 weeks and end up going back to the old one anyway because it doesn't agree with you. You try it out for a couple of weeks, and it doesn't work. But you had a better connection with the previous exercise.
Absolutely. And if there's any exercises you've been running for a little while and you can't connect with well, then tell your coach.
Yeah, it's different.
Let's change it. Then that's when we want to change things.
That's a big difference, isn't it? That's a big difference between changing the program or just exercise variation.
Yeah.
And like program stays the same, just change the exercise.
Yeah, exactly. It's just getting better at the movement. Technically, if we need to change the machine or the way that you're doing that, that's different than changing the whole entire program. What we're trying to work on. But get good at doing the basics really well.
Yeah, more of the story. Do the basic shit really well. Yeah. No, that's it. No, well said, my love. Yeah, honestly, like that's it, and that's the same thing. Like I've just got better at doing the same thing. I think I'm just hungrier, more aggressive with how I approach things, more accurate.
Yeah. How about your prep though? Because your prep's a little bit different in terms of like you've been getting 2 high carb day, like Saturday, Sunday. The whole entire time pretty much.
Yeah, probably I think I worked out probably like 9, 10 weeks. So at 9, 10 weeks out every weekend from that point, I think.
Saturday and Sunday. And I'm talking like shitloads of food.
Yeah, Saturday and Sundays, no cardio. I don't think on any of those weekends from probably 10 weeks out. I don't know, man. Like it's just, I know that this is the nice thing when I've worked with Cam for a while and things like that. Like we have data from the last ones. I do respond very well to a lot of food. So like I think just because it's genetics, like I'm naturally not a big person, so I can get lean quite quickly. Like for me to grow, it's fucking hard work.
You and I are same.
Yeah. So like for us to get lean, it's not really an issue. So like I do require a lot of food, and actually that food just makes me get tighter. It drives up my metabolic rate. It makes me feel fresher. It makes me feel mentally more relaxed, like all these things. So I've just been in a position that, but again, I think because I've spent 18 months progressing and I've had a very, in a sense, good structured, in a sense, growing phase, that has led to a very good prep. And over that 18 months, I've learned a lot about myself, my training, my nutrition, like building a relationship. Do you know what I mean? Like I've built clarity in that. So when someone says, hey, drop the switch for 20 weeks, I'm like, fucking easy, because I've just spent 18 months personally growing in all areas. And my body's just responded because I've been in a good place. So like if something's working, why would we change that? So like every week we're like, do the same thing because it works. We keep dropping week after week, sometimes too aggressively. So again, like I think 2 weeks out, I hit a low weight on like 79.9 and my last stage weight was 77.6. I'm like, fuck, like that's pretty close. So we're like, right, cardio's out as of probably about the same time, like a couple of days before you, I think, just because I checked in 4 days before you. So yeah, like 2 weeks out, no cardio. We pretty much, a new baseline food's been set. We've ran 4 higher food days, fill me up. And now we've got a baseline food day now, pretty much roughly. I think obviously it's just very different from a male and female aspect as well, like genetically and everything like that. Like men maybe, I don't know. I don't know the science behind it, but yeah, we're completely fucking different. That's why we are male and female, right? But yeah, I put it all down to honestly just 18 months of pure progression. I put it down to the off season, to be honest. That's why I've had a good prep. And it's just made me very sensitive. I've just got better at training. I've just got better at the basic shit. I just spent 18 months getting better at it. So when someone says, hey, do this, I'm like, sick. Like when I walk, I walk. I don't drag my feet. When I do cardio, I do cardio. When I do abs, I do abs. When I train, I train. Like I'll fucking train till failure. Like that's it. And I think I'm more passionate. I think just more passionate about this. So I'm like, oh, I'm fucking giving it some.
Yeah, I'm saying you're not spreading yourself too thin on too many areas of your life, I suppose.
Well, I know that's it. Clarity, right? What do we say at the beginning of this podcast? I just feel clear. I know where I want my business to go. I know where I want us to go. We talk about it all the time. We talk about our future, right? I know where I want my physique to go. Cool. That way.
Yeah.
Go.
Mindset is honestly mental, like your mental mindset and your mental kind of well-being is the biggest factor that's going to determine how
any form of result.
And we see that, you know, with other athletes as well, right? Like Simone Biles, that's on Netflix. That's what her Netflix is about.
Yeah.
Even one of the big bodybuilders at the moment, Nick, that pulled out again this recent year. Like it's that seems like it's a kind of mental game at the moment. So like it's take the time to make sure you're in a good place mentally, because when you are, everything just skyrockets. Like give yourself some patience to make sure you're in a good place, and then when the time comes, you will fucking soar.
Anyone, like I've said this for a long time now, like anyone can achieve anything they want. The only reason someone does and doesn't is just purely down to a mindset. That's literally it. It's literally it. It's down to a priority. It's down to, do you want it or do you not? It's absolutely fine either end.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't want it, that's absolutely fucking fine. Go find something you do want to do. Like I just know exactly what I don't want to do and exactly what I do want to do. And it's the same as you. So yeah, mindset's obviously like, but you never complete it. I think people are always like, oh, I need to find myself. I'm like, you don't need to find yourself. You need to build yourself. You can't find yourself. It's the same when people like look for a relationship. I'm like, don't look for a relationship. Focus on you and the right person will come because you're working on yourself. Same sort of thing. Like I didn't plan on meeting you. I was fucking happy doing my own shit.
Did I just moved to Dubai.
Exactly.
I was like, yeah, like freaking YOLO, freedom.
Yeah.
Do my own thing.
And then
new country. And then straight away. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
There goes my freedom in Dubai life. But no, it was worth it.
But that's it. It's just, that's all it comes down to is mindset. So yeah, I'm just, my prep has been very smooth like yours. It's just obviously a little bit different on that side of things, really.
Yeah. Now, 6 weeks ago, we had a prediction that we were trying to aim for with our scale weight. You smashed it. I didn't quite get there. So at 6 weeks out, which was our last podcast, scale weight, I predicted I would be 56.7, which I wasn't, unfortunately. I got to 57.3.
Yeah.
And now I'm 53.7.
As of this morning.
As of this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So new low weight this morning. I've been hovering around that 54 for the last week. I predicted I would be within 53, 54.
You said that last week.
Yeah.
Going into this week.
Just because like when I won my pro card, I was 53, but I was a little bit out of condition because the show before that I was way too lean at 51. So I was like, okay, so if I've obviously grown or hopefully grown since my pro card.
Yeah.
So anywhere between 53, 54 will be like lowest I was predicting. So I think we've nailed that on the head. I haven't had feedback from coach yet, but I'm sure she's going to say we're definitely in condition and definitely lean.
Yeah.
And you at 6 weeks out, your prediction was 89.5 and you end up smashing that.
Is that what I predicted, 89?
That's what you predicted you were going to get, but you got lower than that.
Yeah.
I think you were like 88 something.
Yeah.
What's that? Nearly 10 kilos ago? What are you this morning?
80. I dropped again because my high days have finished. So I dropped as low as 79.9 on Saturday.
Yeah. But today you are
81.6.
Yeah, okay. So like 8 kilos down from 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's insane. But your lowest, the lowest point was 10 kilos down from.
Yeah, I'm 20.
And it would have been 4 weeks.
Yeah, and I started at 103.
Yeah, okay. Big weight difference.
That's the thing as well. Like that's something to consider as well. Like again, male and female, right? There's a big difference between actually like a male dropping 20 kilos is quite normal for a prep.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. But like for bikini, you should never be getting close to that out of shape. If you were 20 kilos, that's hard work.
Yeah, 20 kilos is
hard work. Like, there's a big difference between like what a male needs to grow versus, again, it depends on the category, right? And it depends on where you're at. But like what a bikini athlete needs to grow versus what I need to grow as amateur classic is a big difference. Like I need to get quite aggressive in the off seasons, not get sloppy. I don't think I actually got sloppy last time, to be honest. And I look back and I'm like, maybe I did. But I don't think I got sloppy at all. It's just actually what is required is just very different. And again, like it's typical, isn't it? Like males, they can be more aggressive on all different areas. Women don't need to be as aggressive. So
we also need some level of body fat for our hormones and natural growth hormone and all that stuff. Which is why you need to have a little bit of chub in the off season. Not chub, but you have to have some body fat on you, right?
Oh, you need to,
it's not a sport where you can just be lean all the time. Like you're just gonna you're not gonna improve each season. 20 kilos for a bikini gal is like that number. That's damage.
That's damage.
Proper damage.
But that's the difference.
That's like 2 years of fixing to get yourself back into a good position on stage.
Yeah.
If someone said they had 20 kilos up. 10 kilos, very normal. And I think a little bit of a swing depending on the person's genetics. Like I know myself, my body's very comfortable in a quite a chubby kind of body composition.
Yeah, but I think as well, it's kind of like you hold your weight very well. Like we said, like your waist always stays pretty tight all year round. You kind of just hold it in your chest and kind of legs, really.
Yeah, I'm just very estrogen dominant. That's my genetics.
Yeah, like you do just hold it very well. I think because when I met you, you were. That was probably the biggest you were.
That was the biggest.
That was the biggest. But even then, like if you looked at images of you, you wouldn't be like, oh, she's big at all. You'd just be like, she looks like an athlete. Like it's just.
I don't think so. I had a bit too much shit food eating in Dubai for the week.
But yeah, that's the difference though, isn't it? It's more of like a visual thing versus actually how you feel in yourself about it.
Yeah.
But again, like when I was 103, not even that long ago, would I take my t-shirt off in public? Probably not. Do you know what I mean? It's just a security thing. But now when I get to 103, I'll be like, I'm going to be at a different nick because the benefit of this is that we get to reverse out of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very well. We're going to have a very productive reverse phase, health phase. And again, because we've got each other accountable as well. Be like, do we need this dinner? No, let's save it for the weekend. Sort of thing.
Yep.
But yeah.
So like, this prep, I think I was about 10 kilos I've lost this prep, maybe just under. So that's 10 kilos for me is healthy. It's very normal.
Yeah.
Like I was quite lean this off season too. I was a little bit flat. I did recomp this.
You recomped a lot, yeah.
This prep, so I probably dropped a bit more body fat.
But I think that was more of a like lifestyle, wasn't it? You probably realized when you started prep, you're like, oh, I probably wasn't eating enough towards the back end of that growing. you probably weren't eating enough before you started prep. And then
Yeah.
actually you started prep, you actually probably just started monitoring your food a little bit more, eating, training harder, and you just recomped. And that's what
Absolutely.
we said in podcasts before anyway.
Yeah. That was kind of the goal anyway. Like I was just trying to hold my conditioning in between the last prep that was cancelled to this prep. Like, of course, like I still trained hard and still focused on improving in the meantime, but it was kind of like I'm not realistically going to be pushing a solid growth season in between the two preps. So at least keep the priority of keeping myself in quite good nick. And then, but we grew in this prep. So I'm just so excited to see how much we'll actually grow for, not next year. I'm not getting on stage next year. That next year is all about growth. And then I'll get on stage the next year, all about growth and my clients, putting them first next year. But yeah, so yeah.
Easy. We've got a bit of time still, so I'm super easy. So I guess what is the plan for you? What's it like? I know what's in your head, just for everyone else watching. But what is the kind of the plan for you? Obviously, we've got 3 shows coming up back to back, which obviously we were fucking hyped for. But then, what's the vision for you? Like, what's the plans for Steph?
So we've got 3 back-to-back shows in Europe. The reason why we chose these shows is, firstly, there's both an NPC and a pro show at each of the shows, so we can both compete together.
Yeah.
But also, we chose the 3 shows we did because we wanted them back to back. I don't like having a break in between, like a 1-week break between shows. It sucks. So, and
it's a bit tricky,
travel-wise, we've got a dog in Dubai as well, so we don't want to be away for too long, etc. So 3 back-to-back shows in Europe. After I do these 3 shows, I'm going to reassess how I feel, how I look, and then potentially do another show in December. I'm not going to say exactly which one. There's 2 options depending on time frames. One's like a few weeks after, one's like a little bit longer after. But I just want to see how I look on stage first, because of course I know how I look at the moment. I know that I'm in condition, etc. But like it's totally different when you've carved up, you've done your peak week, you're on stage, you're next to everyone else. So I want to see what my physique looks like first from these shows. Have a little bit of a break. Like I'll come back, a few days in Europe to chill out, eat some food, have some day nights together.
Yeah.
And then like, the week coming back to Dubai, chill, either going obviously into like a grow season, or if I'm going to do another show, then continue to chip away. But it'll be very easy. Once you've done a show, you reverse into the next ones and you feel better. You're just delaying, like, normal life and celebrations, I guess, for another month. So I guess aiming maybe one more show in December. I'm not locking that in yet. I'm going to decide after these few shows. And then next year is literally all about growth.
Yeah.
All about growth, because Jamie wanted me to go into a growth season instead of going into prep, which I understood her side of things, but I knew mentally for me I needed this prep because it's been a few years.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just need to get on stage. I just need to bring me again. I need to feel like I'm me again, which I absolutely have. It's been such a good prep. I can definitely see there's so much room for growth, and that will come. But like, I didn't want to just do 4 months of growing and then prep. Just like, no, if I'm going to do a growth season, it's going to be a big one, a really good one. And like, now that I've been on stage, I'm happy to take, like 12 months of growing. And I'm in such a good headspace, and, life, everything's so good that I know that next year is going to like I'm going to pretty much explode and be a different human by the time I get on stage.
You will.
So 2026 will be the next shows, minus 1 or 2, one in December maybe, but 2026, because I'm 31. I'm not gonna be doing this forever. My personal cutoff is 35. So still quite a few more years, but like I just want to
plenty in the tank.
Grow and just bring my potential, just bring my best.
Just bring your best. Yeah.
I'd love to get on Olympia stage, of course, but I just like my goal is just to keep growing as a human, keep growing as a person, like just achieve my potential.
Yeah.
So then I can, when I close the book on being an athlete, I can
You'll
continue.
be proud of what you've done.
I'll be proud of it, yeah. And I'm going to be a coach for a very, very long time. And I just want to I want to be fulfilled in my heart that I closed that book at at the right time into the next chapter.
Yeah, 100%. No, it's it. Like, you know how I feel about it. I love it. I'm on board.
Yep.
So I signed up to this thing, so it's all good.
Yep. And then for yourself, as we know, for another grow season too. Well, we're both having a
pretty much,
season.
yeah. We're pretty much. This is the thing, is like our kind of lives are very much aligned, which is nice. I'll probably take a little bit longer. I don't know. Like, I probably need longer than 12 months. I'll probably do like an 18-month one. So you'd probably be the beginning of 2026. I'd probably do the back end, maybe something like that. But yeah, obviously for me, like, it's just, I just want to bring 2026 will be more like pro worthy. I'm like, okay, I've built a physique that can potentially turn pro. That's kind of my biggest thing, and I'll go hunting for that then. So again, these kind of shows, I have no expectations. I know that I'm already looking better. I know that I'm just going to bring my best. And for me, I just need to get stage experience. I need to get stage. I need to get posing experience. Just the experience with tanning, pumping up, like foods, like just learning and things like that. So a lot of this prep is, and these shows coming up, is just an experience for me, just to live it, because I fucking love it, like we said. But yeah, 2026 is that year. I'm like, okay, I know what I'm capable of, so let's grow for it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you end up competing longer than me for sure. Like, I know 35 is my cutoff, mainly because I want to have babies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you end up just, like, as I always said to you, like, how long you decide to keep doing it, I always support it. So
yeah,
and I think
you have said that, yeah. Not the supporting thing, but you said I'd do it longer. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Do as much as you want.
Yeah.
Like, do you, boo? Like,
yeah.
I want to pop some babies, and I've been doing it 10 years
just
already.
Have a break.
So
just have
I'm
a break
good.
for a year when we can have kids, and then you can get back to it.
yeah. But I won't be competing after I have kids. Like, I'll be ready for that next chapter, I think, once I do.
It's hard to say, isn't it? Because I think, like, when we have kids, I'm like, do I go again, or does your life change? I know it changes, but who knows? Who knows what the future holds when it comes to that side of things? But
exactly.
Yeah.
I think I'd be a bit like C-Bum. You know, had a kid, and then into his next chapter.
Just give me 6 Olympias.
That'd be me. I'll still be yeah, true. Like, I'll still be around. I'll still be a coach forever. But like, I'll be ready for the next chapter rather than dwelling into.
Steph is very. She wants to have her fingers in a few pies. She's very business savvy, so she wants to have her fingers in a few pies. So I know what's up your streak as well, which is cool. Like, you'll always be.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah. Like, I'll when I close the chapter on being an athlete, that will open a door for
up a couple of doors for her.
Yeah, business wise.
Yeah.
So it's just next chapter, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's pretty much the goal.
Yeah. No, I know it's.
Move back to Oz when I had babies, but not for a little while.
That's exactly what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. That's the thing as well. Like, it's so nice to be with someone where you're excited for that. You know, I love Dubai. It's our home and things like that. But you're like, I'm so excited to have kids because then I get to move across the world with you. And then when I get to be, because obviously I adore, like, your brother and kind of like sister-in-law and things like that, and adore your side of the family there, and be nice to have a family around them and stuff like that. And kids grow up in a place that's still got nature and life to it. Like,
Dubai's very hustle and bustle. We love it, but like, it's
the same as like the UK.
lifestyle.
Like, would I want to have kids in the UK now? I don't know. I don't think so. Unless I was like right by the sea and things like that. But I'm like, Exeter or Gold Coast.
Australia and particularly the Gold Coast is a very comfortable lifestyle. You can see why, for starters, I'm the only Australian here that lives here. Everyone always seems to come here and then goes back.
Also, why?
Which is fine. Like, it's just Australians just love the comfortable life, right? It's a very easy, comfortable life there, which is the way I'll be going back. I love it.
But
I'm not ready for it.
Yeah, and even that's the reason why most people in Australia relocate to move to the Gold Coast as well. Because of the lifestyle factors. It's like, I love it there. It's like, you wake up, everyone's active in the morning, they go get their coffee walks and
walk on the beach.
Yeah, and they literally, like, on a Saturday or Friday night, they just sit on like Burley and things like that, and they bring their picnic, and it's true. That's the only probably place besides Colorado that I've been to where I'm like, I feel very away from everything, but also so connected to kind of just the environment. And it's very special. You can't, like, you have to go and experience it. And you have to, like, don't go to the Gold Coast, but go to the Gold Coast with someone that's from there. And they'll teach you the whole way, sort of thing. Yeah.
I agree. I can't believe I grew up there my whole entire life. I feel very grateful for it.
Honestly, like I remember.
Thank you, Mum, for living on the
Yeah,
coast.
that's it. Honestly, I remember when before I went last May, not the May just gone, the May before, so 2023 May. You just show me pictures, and it is honestly, it's one of those places where you're like, is it real? Does it actually look like that? And you go there, you're like, fuck, it's paradise. Like it literally looks like the pictures. It's insane. So nah,
It's a little far away from the world, but
yeah, but it's nice, especially when you're.
yeah, that's probably the good thing, to be honest. Like when you're like our age, you're like, oh, it's so far away, and it's so hard to travel everywhere. Well,
But
go move for a few years to a different country, then go back.
Yeah.
And I think when we go back, I'll be
like you say,
thank God it's away from the rest of the world.
Yeah,
Like,
it's isolated.
Secluded,
Yeah, that's it. Like perfect place, like we said, to raise a family and stuff like that. Absolutely amazing. Like, get to run outside, fucking play with the kangaroos. Go for it, guys. Yeah. So no, it's exciting. So no, he held up a thing saying 10 minutes, probably like 6 minutes ago. So it's cool. Is there anything that you kind of want to just wrap up on, Hun, and things like that? I know I think we'll do like a podcast when we come back to like recap all the shows and sit down and do it. But is there anything you kind of want to say before we fly? Well, we're literally going to be there a week today. So is there anything you want to?
Well, in 5 days we'll be there. No, I just want to say, yeah, I don't know. There's nothing really to report, nothing that we've already said. Like, you know, I thought by the end of prep I'll be dying and feeling like I'm in prep, but it's been an absolute amazing prep. I've absolutely loved working with Jamie, also my first female coach, and I'll never look back now. Yeah, it's just like I'm just so excited, and I love this, and just excited for all the chapters to come and get on stage. I just can't wait. Like I just can't wait for my first heel, my left heel, to hit that stage, and I can just feel the big smile on my face.
Yeah, don't worry. I've had who was it? Oh, it was Cami. She was like, "Are you gonna be able to film Steph and things like that?" I was like, "Yeah, don't worry, I'll be able to film her." So anyone that's watching the Bikini podcast, I will film everything for you. So do not worry.
Yeah,
I'll steal Steph's phone, do a live stream, whatever it takes, and things like that. So everything will be filmed, and we will document the whole thing. I know that you'll probably be vlogging. We'll try and do a vlog for each kind of destination we're at and stuff like that. So there will be content, obviously, for our Instagrams, but yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Oh, also, Brandon will be curling my hair. I'm doing my own makeup, of course. I always do my own makeup. We taught Brandon how to curl hair. So, yeah. So we're literally being self-sufficient. We're tanning ourselves as well. We've got pro tan.
Yeah.
We've bought it all.
Yeah. It just comes down to us being like control freaks as well.
Yeah.
Like, but again, it's like we especially for Bikini, right? Like tan at fucking 4 a.m, makeup at 5 a.m, you're on stage at, screw that. Do you know what I mean? Like, roll out of bed when you want, sit and do your hair, sit and do your makeup on your own. We'll do tanning the night before. Like, it's just nice to be relaxed and control everything. So we bought everything. Like, we spent the last 2-3 weeks now just ordering everything and getting all the Airbnbs and getting all bags and everything. Everything's all pretty much set, good to go. So
literally, we're so organized.
We're so good, yeah.
Like every now and then I'll go, I'll let someone do my makeup, or I'll let someone do my hair and like book in, and then I regret it. Then I'm like,
because you're so good at makeup. When you sit there and just chill, you're so good. Because otherwise, I think sometimes they go over the top with it.
Yeah, they don't know your face as well. Like, I'm lucky I know how to do it, but also just like, you don't, usually they're like, you find out the freaking afternoon before your show being like, oh, your makeup's at 3:30 a.m. in the morning. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, and then like you're tired all day. Like, and usually shows a 2-show format. So you're like, you're rushing to get on stage you're getting your makeup done at 3:30. You're getting on stage at 10, and then you've got hours gap until you're back on for finals. Like, it's a massive day, and your body just flattens out so fast.
You don't need the stresses. You just want to be in control as many variables as possible. Again, like, we've already started doing sunbeds and things like that. So we've been doing sunbeds the last 2-3 weeks.
Yep.
That's why we look beautiful.
Yep. Getting rid of the gym short tan line and the gym sock tan lines. That's why I've been doing Slurm, which has been nice because we don't have Slurms in Australia. They're banned. They've been banned for 10 years, of course. But yeah, so we've been doing skin prep to make sure our tan's not retarded because when I did my last show as well, I had a bad tan line and the tan doesn't cover it up.
No.
You can still see the color difference. But yeah,
we're very this is our checklist at the end of the podcast. We've done everything, but yeah, we are very organized, and well, that's how we are. We're very organized and obsessive people. Hence why we get along very well together. But yeah, no, it's the same for me, honestly. I will say thank you, just because this prep has been special and it's not over. Still got 4 more weeks of slaying it, but
Ditto.
a big part of that is because of you. I think the biggest thing is I got a right team around me.
Absolutely.
And a team of like 3, 4 people, maybe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got you, Cam, Mum's always amazing.
People that are good for you.
Yeah.
That's I think that's the biggest thing. Like, you can have a team around you, but like, are they going to be good for you? Like,
Yeah,
do they like, you know, do they give back to you as much as you give back to them? Like,
Yeah. Or vice versa. Is it 5 people that look out for you kind of all at 50%, or is it 3 people that give you 100%?
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a big difference. So no, like honestly, hun, like this, you've given a lot to my life and I'm seeing it and I'm feeling it this prep. So, and I will just let the results do the talking from here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're my person, and the reason why, you know, everything is so aligned is because, yeah, I'm aligned as a person, and I've got my person in my life that aligns with me, and that's why we're going to.
That's why we're going to kill it.
Yeah, we're going to kill it. But
that's cool.
More importantly, being present every day, enjoying every bit of the ride, and
yes,
this prep's been it's been fucking amazing, and yeah, the next one's going to be even more unreal after a whole year of growth. Yeah. So yeah, like
we'll take
mark my words, like this one, like it's been a good refresher of bringing me back to the stage. I absolutely feel like I'm me again. Definitely not anywhere close to my potential. I know that, but I feel me again, and I know that when that first hill hits the stage this time, I'm just going to be like,
boom,
it's me.
Yeah,
because I haven't felt that since I stepped on stage when I won my pro card. So
yeah, Japan 2019.
Yeah, and then next time, get on stage with the growth and the potential.
That's it. You're just warming up. You're just
warming up. Yeah, this is
it's a warm up event.
This is chapter 1 of the new book. That's the best way to put it.
Nice new book, chapter 1.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm happy to kill it there. So you're all good.
Cool. See you guys after the show, guys. We'll give you a nice debrief in 4 or 5 weeks when we are back in Dubai.
4 or 5 weeks. We'll see you guys soon.
Catch up.